Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's good to see you guys as usual. Okay, so this video is, I just came up with it today. A lot of YouTubers that I've been watching today have came out with a lot of videos about their mental illnesses, and as you can tell by the title of this video, I don't know what I'm going to title it as exactly yet, but it is going to be about my mental illnesses and my experience with my mental illnesses and how I was diagnosed and how I deal with them and everything under the sun, all about it. I would just really like to talk about it and share my story because I know there's a lot of people that go through it, and I thought it would be cool to share my story. So I have questions from you guys that I wrote on Instagram and asked you guys to ask me questions about my mental illnesses, and I also want to tell my story and share my experiences. I found my glasses, by the way, thank God, or my mom found them. Okay, so let's go ahead and just get into this video.
Ain't no love like a real love, but it goes so fast, all tied up like a captive. I'm on to you. Used to play in my mind like standing on rainbows, playing it cool. I haven't felt this in ages, and I've no more patience. So won't you please stay a bit longer? You're making me stronger, making me stronger. Stay a bit longer.
Sorry about my cough, it's bad, I know. Alright, so as a kid, always had anger issues. I don't know, my parent or my mom, my mom's the one who's raised me and stuff, but I had really bad anger issues growing up as a kid, and I don't know if it's because I always felt different than everyone else because of having to do all the treatments that I had to do and all of that stuff. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but I had really bad anger issues, and I've always had really bad anger issues growing up. But I didn't start getting anxiety until I'd say I had a little bit of anxiety as a kid. I would just get these feelings I feel like something bad's gonna happen, but I don't know what it is, that's kind of what happens to me. But at age 14, when I was 14 years old, actually I was 13, my mom had seizures, and she ended up having cancer and everything, and that gave me severe anxiety because I felt like I should have been there, to protect my mom and take care of her and stuff. And so I'll be if I go out with my friends and my mom doesn't answer the phone, I'll literally have them take me home. That's how severe it is. I worry a lot about family and just everything, things like that. And in high school, I was bullied. I feel like everyone's bullied. It really is a bad thing, and it happens so much. It's sad, and it's never really taken care of. Bullying has always been a thing, and it's hasn't gotten any better, from what I've heard, and seen. So I was bullied in high school, and then I learned how to stand up for myself once I got a little bit older and stuff. But in these questions, I will explain a lot. So getting into these questions, I think will kind of help you guys understand more of my story. So, first question: do you think you would still have mental health issues if you didn't have a chronic illness? Now that one's really hard to answer because I don't know who I would be if I didn't have cystic fibrosis, because I was born with it, so I don't know life without it, I have no clue. I don't know what person I would have been. I don't know like anything. Like, I could have not had any, you know, mental issues at all. You know, I have no clue, just because I've lived with it my whole life, so I don't know what it would be like without it, you know? Kind of like you live with, like, eyesight your whole life, so you don't know what it would be like without it, or something like that, you know? Like, I've lived with it. I know what it's like. I mean, it's definitely gotten worse as I've gotten older, and that's just cystic fibrosis. That's what it does. It gets worse as you get older, and I've definitely been able to notice that, like, with my breathing and my coughing and feeling overall not great here lately, mentally or physically. It's definitely took a toll on my body. But yeah, I don't really know how I would be if I didn't have it. It's a good question, but I just don't know. The next question is, what is one thing you're mostly scared about with having your illness? Now, I don't know if you meant like with my mental illnesses or with my physical illnesses, so I'll answer both. So with my cystic fibrosis, what am I mostly scared of? Dying. Dying is, like, I'll probably get really deep in this video just because this is about mental health and this is serious. Some people don't take it as serious as they should. It is definitely a very serious topic, and I think it should be taken very, completely 100% serious, because I've literally had a friend kill herself, and like, it's horrible, you know, like depression and suicide and anxiety or bipolar disorder, any of those things. Any mental disorder is so serious. It's just as serious as a physical illness. Addiction, like all of those things. And some people are not going to agree with me, and some people are going to want to delete me or unsubscribe, and that's fine. I believe that addiction is a disease. It's been proven by doctors and by, you know, like nurses and stuff like that. Like, yes, it is your choice to try this drug, but there are people who get addicted. I know this is completely off topic, but there are people who go in the hospital, break their leg or something, you know, and they get on pain medicine, and then they get addicted. So people do innocently get addicted to drugs. It's just a very easy thing to happen, and addiction is a real thing, and it can cause depression and anxiety and things in that nature. And definitely, I understand it, definitely. Addiction has kind of been a big thing in my family, and depression, anxiety, stuff like that. So, but yeah, what am I mostly scared of is dying. I'm terrified of dying. It's crazy. I'm terrified of dying, but my depression here lately has been the worst it's been in my whole life. Like, I've never, ever in my life experienced depression like this. It's honestly scared me. Like, I'm to the point where it's like I'm kind of numb. God, it's hard. It is really hard. I'm terrified of dying, but sometimes I feel like I don't want to live, if that makes sense. So like with CF, yeah, I'm terrified of dying and stuff, or getting really, really, really sick with it. And like with my mental illnesses, I'm scared of them literally taking over my whole mind, my whole body. Because the worse you feel mentally, the worse you're going to feel physically. And it's definitely took a lot. It's took over my body a lot, and my mind. And it scares me of what my depression or anxiety could lead me. It does scare me. So yeah, they are very serious. Like I said, it's a very serious issue. I've actually considered here lately, and this is, I haven't really talked to anybody about this. I don't really have any friends, honestly. I have maybe a few people that I talk to, you know, but I don't trust anyone anymore. People are just horrible. People are absolutely disgusting. I had a girl the other day message me and tell me that she hoped I died from my cystic fibrosis, and I've been told that so many times. People have used that against me so many times, and that's why I kept it a secret. That's one of the reasons I kept it a secret for so long. And you know, the people that act like your friends and then really go behind your back and then tell everything you told them like the night before. Like, I don't do that. I don't do that, dude. I'm not that person. I expect people to respect me the way I respect them, but that it's like that never happens. I am a good ass person. I am a good ass friend. In the past, yes, I have made mistakes just like everyone else, and I have made mistakes of you know, not being like the greatest friend when I was younger. But I have learned so much, and I always have my friends' back, no matter what. And I expect them to have my back too, you know, no matter what. Like, and that's just not how it is, honestly. I'm just being completely honest in this video. This video might piss off a bunch of people, but why not just be honest, you know? Why can't I just tell how I feel? I feel like I should be able to. My friend's situation is not great. I felt like the other night, I felt really lonely, like really alone, and like literally like getting bullied and stuff. And you know, your first defense, or my first defense, that's one of my flaws, is I jump back at people, you know, but I don't want to look like trash and go around and fighting people. Like, that makes you look so trashy to just go around and fight people all the time, you know. And the other night I felt so alone, and it was like a horrible feeling, and I have felt that for a while, but it just really was hard the other night. Anyways, the next question says, how did you build up courage to tell someone or ask for help? I didn't ask for help for a long time about my anxiety or depression. I kind of just kept it to myself. I didn't think anything about it. I didn't know what it was. Thought maybe it was just like feelings, like just weird feelings. I didn't know. Then it started to get worse, and people could tell. And then when I was 14, I started seeing a therapist and a psychiatrist, and they tried me on a bunch of different antidepressants, and none of them worked. One of them made me feel like I just had no emotions. That's kind of how they all made me feel, like I couldn't be happy, I couldn't be sad, I couldn't be anything. So, but to ask for help is a really hard thing to do. Lately, because, you know, my depression has been so bad, you know, I've thought about, like, asking for help, like, literally getting help, like, you know, maybe going somewhere and getting help, just because my depression has scared me of how bad it's been. But, I'm also doing therapy, once a week, so I'm hoping that my therapist can help me out a lot. Like, before I go to the extreme and, like, ask for help where I actually go get help, I want to at least try it with my therapist, you know, because going to get actual help, like, I feel like people are so judgmental, and they're just like, oh, she's crazy, you know. And we're just you know, like, oh, she had to go off, set off somewhere because she's crazy. Sometimes I feel crazy. Sometimes I feel like I'm losing my mind because I just feel so bad, like, mentally. And why I wanted to do this video is because right now I'm in such a bad place mentally that I felt like I should do this video, you know, to talk about it. And if you guys have any tips or experiences that you want to share with me, you can DM me on my Instagram. It's always down below in my description. My Instagram is, or my Snapchat, or my Facebook, or anything. You guys are always welcome to DM me, to comment below. If it's something private, you are welcome to DM me. My messages are always open. I try to reply to every message that I get. You know, I can't always reply to everybody, but I do try. So please, if you guys have a story that you'd like to share with me or something, feel free to message me and tell me. This video might be a little long, and I'm sorry about that. I will try to make sure it's not too long. It's just, I have a lot to say, and you guys asked me a lot of questions, and I tried to answer as many of them as I could. So, yeah, I'm trying to answer as many as I can. Do you have any tips on how to get your anxiety under control? No. Honestly, I don't. That's why I'm thinking about, you know, asking for help, and that's why I have to go to therapy and stuff, because, you know, I've tried the tips, like, where I, meditation and all of that stuff. I've tried it, and it just doesn't work. I take, Clonopin, for anxiety, which is a benzodiazepine, I think is what it's called, something like that. But it's, they don't really like you to take it long term because it is an addictive drug. But it also helps me with my anxiety. I get it prescribed twice a day as needed, so I take it as needed for my anxiety. That can help a little, like the slightest bit with my anxiety. I take a medicine to help me sleep. I will have to take a few medicines to help me sleep because I have trouble sleeping at night because I stay awake thinking about a lot of things. Another question, do you have flashbacks? By flashbacks, I don't know if you mean like PTSD. I have been diagnosed with PTSD. So I haven't really told you guys what all I am diagnosed with. I'm diagnosed with severe anxiety and severe panic attacks. I'm diagnosed with severe depression and kind of bipolar depression. Not bipolar disorder. I'm not saying I have bipolar disorder, I'm saying I have bipolar depression. So I could be in like a good mood and nothing has to happen, like nothing at all, and I will just get in the worst mood ever and literally just feel like I just want to go to bed and just like never wake up. Like it's bad. Yeah, and I am also diagnosed with PTSD. So PTSD does not have to be like, you know, from the army. I know a lot of people associate it with that, but it can be from any traumatic thing that happens to you. When I was younger, I had a lot of procedures done to me, and I remember those, so I'm always scared. Like when I'm in the hospital, it terrifies me to have a procedure done, like getting my port accessed. I get super nervous about that. Getting my blood taken from my arm or getting an IV, get super nervous about that. Things like that. Like I get really scared. So, also with my mom, you know, when she had all the seizures and everything happened, I'll have flashbacks about that. I'll have dreams about it and stuff. That has happened to me that's been traumatic. I do have flashbacks. How I was with Kevin for 2 years. I'll go somewhere and just the littlest thing will remind me of him, and I'll start crying. I can be driving on the road and a song can come on, and I have to pull over because the song literally crushes my heart. Like it's really hard, and I literally have to pull over and just like cry. But yeah, I do have flashbacks. How old were you when you were diagnosed with your mental disorders? P.S. I love you. I was diagnosed with anxiety and depression at 14, and I was diagnosed with like severe depression and anxiety about 5 months ago. It's just gotten really bad. I was diagnosed with PTSD like 5 years ago. Yeah, but I love you too. Do you think it was for the best that you and your ex broke up? P.S. I love you. I love you too. Do I think it was for the best? That's so hard to say because I cry about it every day. I hurt every day. It hurts to go to sleep. It hurts way worse to wake up, you know? And it's honestly sad to say, like, I hate saying this, but it's like, I look forward to going to sleep. Like, during the day, that's like what I'm most excited about is, oh, I get to go to sleep tonight, you know? That shouldn't be the case. That should not be the case at all. But, yeah, waking up, having no messages from him, and knowing that he's not thinking about me, it crushes my heart. It really hurts. Do I think it was for the best that we broke up? A lot of people do, like, but in my opinion, was it for the best? No, it wasn't. Because I've never hurt like this in my whole life. I don't know if it's a lesson from God trying to teach me something. I have no clue. But to me, no. It's not for the best. It's for the worst, it feels like. Because I like I said, never in my life have I felt pain like this in my heart. Or been this depressed in my life. Or missed a person so much. You know, like, it's like you miss someone so much, but they're still alive. It's like he's dead, but he's still here. He just doesn't care. He only talks to me when he feels like it, you know. Love to talk to him every day. I'd love to talk to him all the time. I miss all our memories, just being goofy with him and going to Walmart in the middle of the night and looking at me and telling me that I was beautiful and that he loved me, and, you know, being half asleep and feeling him kiss me on the forehead and waking up every morning next to him. Sorry guys. I got a my mom made me a smoothie because I begged her to. It's like blueberries, bananas, strawberries. So good. But, like I said, do I think it was for the best? No. Like, no guy that I've ever dated, I don't care about any of them. They're nothing to me at all. And ignore the bad spray tan on my hand, sorry. But, like, he'll always, because he lived with me for 2 years. He was my boyfriend for 2 years. He was my best friend. He was my everything, you know. I cut off everyone for him, you know. And now I'm left here alone with no friends. And that's kind of okay because everyone is so fake anymore. I'm, like, so done having friends. So done trying to make friends. Like, no friends. Have you encountered people who tell you that your illness is fake, that your mental illnesses are fake, and how do you deal with it? I've never had someone say, like, well, I have heard people say, like, depression's fake, like, it's all in your head and stuff, which is totally not true. I mean, it is in your head, but you can't control it. Like, if I could get rid of my depression, I would sell my house, dude. Like, I would do anything to get rid of my depression. It's not something you just get out of your head, you know? But yeah, people have. But I just ignore it, you know? Because I know it's real. When did you first start feeling anxious, depressed? How do you deal with it? I already went over that. How do you cope with stress? I don't really have a way to cope. I have panic attacks. I take my anxiety medicine. I try to sleep it off sometimes. I cry a lot. Yeah. I don't really have good ways to cope, so I'm sorry. I can't really help you. So I also wanted to mention something. My new therapist that I see, she's so sweet. I really like her a lot. Like, I really like her. Because, you know, she's trying to find my plan. You know, she wants to start my plan to help me get better. And she said, for your homework, because I was telling her how I don't really have very good self-esteem and stuff like that. And I thought it was the weirdest thing what she said to me, you know? And it makes me emotional. It really does. But she said, for your homework, I want you to go home. I want you to look yourself in the mirror, and I want you to say, I love you. And I want you to hug yourself. She said that to me. She told me to do that. And I was like, okay. Like I thought she was crazy, you know? I was like, okay, well, I didn't think she was, like, crazy, but, like, I was just like, okay, okay. So, she said, seriously, try it. She said, I've had some people tell me they couldn't even do it. So that night, I went home, and I looked myself in the mirror. And, I said, I love you. And, it was very emotional. Like, I didn't think it would be so emotional because I don't love myself. I really don't. Like, I'm so bad to myself. And, like, looking myself in the mirror, you know, trying to say, like, I love you. I love you. It was just a really hard, emotional thing to do. And I'm gonna tell her, like, I go back to see her tomorrow, and, of course, she's gonna ask me if I did it. And I'm gonna tell her, like, yeah. And it was really hard because I don't. And I need to learn to love myself, because I'm not gonna have anyone to love me until I learn to love myself. And everyone's told me that, and I haven't realized it until now, you know. If you haven't tried it, try doing it. It was a very big step into realizing, wow, like, I have a lot to work on. What do you do at your worst mental state? When I'm at my worst mental state, I honestly lay in my bed and I cry into my pillow, hoping no one will hear me, because I know everyone's sick of hearing me cry. Like, everyone's like, oh my gosh, Alex is depressed. Like, Genji, just get over it already. Like, we're so tired of seeing her so sad all the freaking time. Like, and I know, like, who wants to hear me, like, complain 24/7? Nobody. The way that I cope with it, with my depression and anxiety, is I joke about it a lot. I'll act like it's a joke and, you know, joke around with my friends about it. So then they actually take it as a joke. So I've kind of realized I need to stop doing that because it's serious. It's not a joke. You shouldn't really joke about stuff like that. And I've realized that, like, nobody takes me seriously when I'm sitting there laughing about it. But that's just what I try to do, you know. What comforts me in hard times? My dog, Marty. I love him. He comforts me a lot. My mom used to be Kevin a lot. When I was sad, I would lay on it and cry. This one says, would you ever consider a service animal? Well, I would never want to replace my dog, but I would have a service animal. Like, I would turn my dog into a service animal if I could. But yeah. The last question was, have I had a panic attack and stuff like that? Like, how do I deal with it and stuff? So yes, I've had many panic attacks, and it's usually, in my last YouTube video, actually, I kind of showed me kind of having like a minor panic attack, but when I'm having like a full-blown panic attack, like I'm screaming, crying, like I can't breathe, like it's bad. But when I have them, I just try to take deep breaths, you know, take my medicine and hope it kicks in fast, stuff like that. I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop it here. I can do another video like this if you guys would want me to. I know that I sound really bad, and I'm on my road to recovery right now. So if I'm not getting videos up like I should be, I'm sorry. It's not because I don't want to, it's because I have to be in the mood to be able to film a video. I don't want to film a video and you guys be like, you can tell like she doesn't want to be doing it right now. You know, like I want to be in the mood to film. I'm trying to heal mentally, physically, everything, you know. I'm trying to save up money to get a car. I got my first YouTube paycheck today, which was amazing, and I'm so proud of myself for that. But it's just a lot is going on in my head right now, you know? And it's hard. It really is hard. I'm trying to make the best out of everything, but sometimes when you're depressed, you just feel like everything is crashing down, like your whole world is falling apart. That's how I feel at the moment. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Comment below if you guys have any questions or want to share any of your stories with me. I'd love to hear it. And if you guys have any suggestions for what you do when you're having anxiety or panic attack or really severe depression or bipolar depression or anything like that, leave your suggestions below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know it's a little long, but I just wanted to make this because mental health is a big deal and it matters a lot, and it needs to be talked about. So I love you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. I'm not sure when it will be up, when the next video will be up. I will try and get videos up as much as possible, but like I said, right now I'm trying to heal, and I'm going through a lot, so I'm under a lot of stress right now, and like I said, I'll try to stay as active as I can. But I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. anyway.